Welcome to Standard 12th Chemistry by Sujata Miss, Fatima Convent High School. Unit 4, Chemical Kinetics.
Temperature dependence of the rate of a reaction. Most of the chemical reactions are accelerated by increase in temperature. For example, in decomposition of N2O5, the time taken for half of the original amount of material to decompose is 12 minutes at 50 degree Celsius, 5 hours at 25 degrees Celsius, and 10 days at 0 degree Celsius. So here, as the temperature is increasing, the decomposition is faster. You also know that in a mixture of potassium permanganate and oxalic acid, potassium permanganate gets decolorized faster at a higher temperature than that at a lower temperature. It has been found that for a chemical reaction with a rise in temperature by 10 degree, the rate constant is nearly doubled. Remember this. The temperature dependence of the rate of a chemical reaction can be accurately explained by Arrhenius equation. Now this is Arrhenius equation. K is equal to AE raised to minus EA upon RT, where A is the Arrhenius factor or the frequency factor. It is also known as pre-exponential factor. It is a constant specific to a particular reaction. Over here, R is gas constant. EA is the activation energy measured in joules per mole. Now here what we read, ratio of rate constants of a same reaction at temperatures with a difference of 10 is also called as temperature coefficient. Here a simple reaction is taken. H2 plus I2 gives you 2HI. Now according to Arrhenius, the reaction can take place only when a molecule of hydrogen and a molecule of iodine collide to form an unstable intermediate. So here you can see it is forming an intermediate, that is figure 4.6. It exists for a very short time and then breaks up to form two molecules of hydrogen iodide. So two molecules of HI. The energy required to form this intermediate called activated complex is known as activation energy EA. Here in figure 4.7, diagram showing plot of potential energy versus reaction coordinate. Now over here you can see activated complex is formed and finally you get the product 2HI. Now here the energy required to form activated complex is called the activation energy. Since it is difficult to predict the behavior of any one molecule with precision, Boltzmann and Maxwell used statistics to predict the behavior of a large number of molecules. According to them, the distribution of kinetic energy may be described by plotting the fraction of molecules with the given kinetic energy versus kinetic energy. So here we have the molecules and here we have the kinetic energy. The peak of the curve corresponds to the most probable kinetic energy. So this is showing you the most probable kinetic energy, that is the kinetic energy of maximum fraction of molecules. Now when the temperature is raised, the maximum of the curve moves to the higher energy value and the curve broadens out. So here you can see the temperature is T. Now the temperature is raised to T plus 10. As a result, the curve broadens out, that is, spreads to the right side, such that there is a greater portion of molecules with higher energies. So here you can see this area shows fraction of additional molecules which react at T plus 10. So this curve is known as Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curve. Increasing the temperature of the substance increases the fraction of molecules which collide with energies greater than EA. It is clear from the diagram that in the curve at T plus 10, the area showing the fraction of molecules having energy equal to or greater than activation energy gets doubled, leading to the doubling of the rate of a reaction. Now let us move on to Arrhenius equation. K is equal to A e raised to minus EA upon RT. Now taking natural logarithm of both the sides of this equation, we get log natural K is equal to minus EA upon RT plus log natural A. Now if we plot a graph of log K versus 1 upon T, we get a straight line. Now this is a plot between log natural K and 1 upon T. Here the slope is equal to minus EA upon R and intercept is log natural A. At temperature T1, we can write down the equation as log natural K1 is equal to minus EA upon RT1 plus log natural A. For temperature T2, we can write down the equation as log natural K2 is equal to minus EA upon RT2 plus log natural A. Since A is constant for a given reaction, so both the places you have A. K1 and K2 are values of rate constants at temperature T1 and T2 respectively. Now subtracting equation 4.20 from 4.21, we get log natural K2 minus log natural K1 is equal to EA upon RT1, this will be cancelled, minus EA upon RT2. Now this we can write as log natural K2 upon K1, and EA upon R can be taken out common from this. So we have taken EA upon R as common into 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. Further, log natural is converted into log base to 10 by multiplying with 2.303. So here we get log K2 upon K1 is equal to EA upon 2.303 R into 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. So log K2 upon K1 is equal to EA upon 2.303 R. This we write as T1 T2, T2 minus T1. Here 2.303 is taken to the right hand side and we get this equation. This equation or this equation is used for numericals. Example 4.11. The first order rate constant for the decomposition of ethyl iodide by the reaction C2H5 gives you C2H4 plus Hi. At 600 Kelvin is 1.60 into 10 raised to minus 5 per second. Its energy of activation is 209 kilojoule per mole. Calculate the rate constant of the reaction at 700 Kelvin. So here in the question you are given T1 and T2, that is 600 and 700 Kelvin. Then you are given K1, rate constant of decomposition, that is K1 as 1.60 into 10 raised to minus 5, and you are given energy of activation 209 kilojoule per mole, which is converted into joule per mole by multiplying this into 1000, that is 10 raised to 3. We convert it into joule, and here we have to calculate K2, that is rate constant K2, and R is gas constant over here, which has a value of 8.314 joule mole per liter per Kelvin. So here we write down the equation, that is Arrhenius equation, and then we take K1 to the other side. So log K2 is equal to log K1 plus EA upon 2.303 R into 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. Now we substitute the values which are given. On calculating this, we calculate first and this, and then we multiply. We find the log of this value as well as add the quantity that we get on both the sides of plus. So we get minus 4.796 this plus 2.599. Further, taking log to the other side, we have anti-log. We find the anti-log. So K2 is equal to 6.36 into 10 raised to minus 3 per second. Now you know to find the log and anti-log.
Thank you for watching this video, and soon come up with the next video.